Talkz Caneville. Check it out. So, in the last video, I asked everybody, what do you guys want to talk about? I got a few answers. One guy said Florida Gators defense. Somebody said, let's talk about Jeff Thomas and Mike Harley, who's the fastest, or something like that. They said. I had a few other suggestions, but it got me to thinking. With all the experience and all me being out here in the field with these kids and seeing these guys come up, I got a lot of stories I could tell. So listen, we're gonna call this story time. Mr. Jeff Thomas. Okay, Jeff Thomas. The first time seeing Jeff Thomas play was at the Under Armour game. Jeff Thomas was the Under Armour MVP. Offensive MVP. Why was this impressive to me? This was very impressive because in my years of covering the Under Armour game, being on the sideline, looking at all the awesome uniforms that Under Armour create, what I also saw was that the defense would dominate the game. I remember being in Tampa watching Duke Johnson get knocked out of game, concussion. The defense would dominate the game, and if you could offensively do your thing in that Under Armour game, I thought very, very highly of you. Very highly of you. Jeff Thomas was the offensive MVP of the Under Armour game. I forget the stats. He kind of broke a record or something like that. Okay, so fast forward, recruitment happens, yada, yada, yada. Somehow Miami lands Jeff Thomas. He's headed to Miami. 707 season rolls around. And there's a tournament in Miami. There's a lot of teams in the tournament. Big time team, South Florida Express. I think Florida Fire was there with all their teams. A lot of teams from around Florida, some teams from out of state. There was one team she didn't pay much attention to, and I assume they were like St. Cloud out of Orlando. There was delays in the game. Games finally got to cracking. Games finally started playing, and this South Florida Express ended up playing against this one team. And South Florida Express, they're talking trash. They got Trinell Troutman at Louisville now, and they had who else they had? This South Florida Express always have the best of the best on their team. So they're talking trash, yada yada yada. And they're talking trash to this guy from this team called St. Cloud. I thought the name of it was St. Cloud or St. Francis. I didn't think none of it. And the guy lines up in front of us. Me and Demetrius, the kid had wide receiver going to Nebraska out of Miramar. South Florida Express cornerbacks talking trash, lockdown, no cable TV, you get nothing. I got video. I may have even attached the video on the back end. And this kid they're talking trash to lines up in front of us. And his quarterback says, go. And he takes off so fast, like lightning. They didn't even guard him. They didn't even have a chance to guard him. Like there was no way. He didn't even get a chance to get his feet right to guard him. So I look at Demetrius, was like a 3-4 star wide receiver. I said, D, did you see that? He looked back at me, humbled as day. He said, yeah, I saw it. So they're talking trash, line up again, boom. Kid fires off the line again, boom, catch a 10-yard pass, boom. He's caught maybe 2 passes by now. The team is driving down the field. Then I thinking maybe 3 plays later, he scores a touchdown. At this point, I'm okay. The kid, I mean, whoever the kid is, he's unstoppable. I mean, like, but when he scores the touchdown, there was some words was had. Quick fight breakout. Boom, boom, boom. Fight breakout in the end zone. They stopped the fight. Yada, yada, whatever. The kid they couldn't guard emerges eventually with a split eye. So after doing a little research, kind of found out the team was from St. Louis, not St. Cloud. And the kid that everybody was talking trash to was Mr. Jeff Thomas. We just wasn't really aware of what he looked like with his helmet off, but we hadn't seen him that many times. His recruitment was so weird. It was Jeff Thomas. And Jeff Thomas, yes, was at a 7-on-7 tournament months before he had to be at UM. Because this was his senior, after his senior year, he was playing for a 7-on-7 team. Months before he had to be at UM, got into a melee and got his eye split. He didn't really want to interview after that or anything. But later that night, that's when he faced DJ Ivey. And we made the Jeff Thomas versus DJ Ivey video later that night. So story time. I got a lot of those stories, man. We're going to start telling these stories. But yeah, for the subscriber that made the comment about Jeff Thomas and Mike Hartley, listen, let's take nothing from Mike Hartley. Mike Hartley is blazing fast. I'm here to tell you this. Jeff Thomas comes off the line faster than anybody I ever saw in my life. He's like he's shot out of a rocket. And I've seen Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy. I've seen them all as kids. I've seen them as seniors. I've seen them all. Jeff Thomas comes off the line of scrimmage like he shot out of a rocket. That kid, he gets in and out of breaks. Like, he goes from 1 to 100 like I mean, the kid is amazing. Before he was coming in, when he was coming in, I was telling everybody, listen, we got a superhero on our hands. The kid is unguardable, and he's exactly what I said he was. So there it was, man. Story time with D Streeter, man. Footballville. Caneville, go follow us. Caneville 305, Footballville 305. We out here.